World of Warcraft 3.
Well, there it is.
Super proud
There's Hot
to
Pocket
hand
in
it
the
over
background.
to Pete Stillwell of Blizzard Classic Games. Give him a hand.
Pete Stillwell? This is Warcraft 3. Well, he's the classic team, isn't he?
We're also here to discuss one returning from our past.
Warcraft.
A few years ago,
This is it,
Blizzard
boys.
started classic games around a simple idea. Sometimes that means we get to remaster one.
Lost Viking. Oh,
On behalf of your dedicated men and women of Classic,
say it.
I am honored
Say the
to
word.
present the return of another Titan.
There you go.
We never paid any heed to the ancient prophecies.
Like fools, we clung. That does look HD'd.
Like fools.
That is a lot more detailed than the original. Oh, gorgeous. Look at that sword. It's broken off. Badass.
Until the day.
It's the Tauren Chieftain. Oh, please be the Pit Lord. Let me know it's going to be the Infernal. Ready? Reforged. Ang?
Reforged will be out next year, but if you're lucky enough to be at if you're lucky enough to be at Blizzcon today, you don't have to wait.
Weird?
They put together some gameplay footage, and rather than wait, let's see it now. Yeah?
Wow. It does not look how I expected it to look at all. I'm a little concerned, actually. This is looking a bit like StarCraft 2, aka Heroes of the Storm. This looks like Heroes of the Storm engine, StarCraft 2. Wait, are you sure this is Warcraft 3? If it is, fair enough, but it...
We're too late. This entire city must be purged.
Looks like a mobile game now. It's concerning, yes.
All right, so Reforged is going to be an exciting new chapter.
Why is
in
it?
Warcraft
It's not
3.
remastered, is it?
But before we part, I would like to take a moment to
Why is it
celebrate
reforged? Not.
War
It looks
3
like they've
and what
made a
it's already
different
been.
game
I mean,
out of
it
it,
set the
rather
stage
than
for
just
World of Warcraft,
remastering
very
the game
minor
that is
footnote
actually
in its history.
fucking amazing, which is Warcraft 3.
Warcraft
Just
3 put
up
Sylvanas
the
on her
graphics
path to
and
becoming Queen of the Forsaken.
Put in more options. I'd
And
have to see
essentially
how
what's
it plays to know for sure.
And that's
Body
just the
blocking,
campaign, right?
movement,
War
commands,
3
all
found
this
millions
kind
of
of
other
stuff,
players
how
in
it
other
feels
ways.
and plays.
Just thank you. The other really great thing is, you know, the love for Warcraft 3 is pretty universal around Blizzard.
Warcraft 3
If you wanna dive
Reforged is a
deeper into
complete
everything else
reimagining
we
of a
have in store
real-time...
for Reforged,
It's a
head over to
reimagining of a real
playwarcraft3.com.
strategy classic.
So,
Is it actually
I would like
Warcraft
to
3
jump
though?
back to Hearthstone.
Or
We've
is it
figured out the mic
A
issues.
butchered
so,
version of Warcraft 3 in a new engine. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? It looks like it was
Reawaken the old
rebuilt in
gods,
Heroes.
perhaps.
Yeah, I know.
Ultimately, the
They did
beliefs
say they upgraded the
and
world
the
editor
culture
though, so it could be
to
the
which we pull
Warcraft
with the
3.
vines. We ask you now, hey man, what you think about this?
That's racist. I mean, at the end of the day, we're gonna play it, aren't we? You know, we're gonna have a look. We're gonna see what it's all about. The question is whether it actually has long depth to it. Maybe the melee suck, but perhaps custom games could still be good. But then again, we thought that about StarCraft 2. No. Could you make the Blizzard stream smaller, your face stream bigger, please? No. No, that's not necessary. Maybe we get both Remastered and Reforged, but we can't. I know you got the capper there, High Rise, but that's the thing. You won't get Remastered Warcraft 3 now, because they wouldn't have gone to all of this effort. As you can see, that was a lot of effort. Say what you like about that game. They've clearly put a lot into it, whether it's good or bad. So you're not going to get Remastered Warcraft 3, are you?
Each class also
if they've done that much into that.
This spirit
I was wrong then.
Because
Because I thought Remastered Warcraft 3 was a guarantee. It was like, if they did it with StarCraft, there's like, it's just a matter of time. There's no way. There's no way that they don't do a remaster of Warcraft 3. But now that seems so unlikely. Who's going to play it? We'll see what Grubby says about it, because he'll know how it feels and everything. This does look like a mobile game though, doesn't it? This is Heroes, yeah. How could this not be Heroes of the Storm engine or StarCraft 2 engine? I know they said they revamped the world editor, but what was it? Was it the world editor for StarCraft 2?
But let's enjoy this video coming up here.
Oh no. We're too late. These people have all been infected. They may look fine now, but it's just a matter of time before they turn into the undead.
But if it was Heroes of the Storm or StarCraft 2, it would have the model for Ufa from Heroes of the Storm. So it could be the Warcraft 3, but it just looks fucking weird.
Alright, that was the new intro.
He's got like 20 FPS. I mean, look, it's got it could be the Warcraft 3 editor. It could be, because you've got the minimap at the bottom left, you've got all of the options at the top, and the resources. Even typing a message comes up in the same place it would do if you was playing a Warcraft 3. 12 unit selection, that suggests it's compatible with old Warcraft 3, yeah. But this is so confusing. Because why isn't it just Warcraft 3 Remastered? Blizz want to sell skins and all that for Reforged.
Untalked over playthrough. I can't actually skip the cutscene. For the rest, they have a...
Yeah, what Luke just said. It should be the same engine. That's what I fucking don't understand. It's like, let's not use the StarCraft engine. Let's not use the Warcraft engine. Let's create some new engine that butchers both of them together, so we don't have the original mechanical feel of Warcraft 3. The way they're moving between the base does look like Warcraft 3, though.
Not meant to be like this.
They all run everywhere, those peasants. That kind of puts me off. They literally picked the StarCraft Warcraft mod and made it into a game. You can test it at StarCraft 2. I hope not, because I've played that on StarCraft 2. What was it? Armies of Azeroth. My overall review of it was that it looks like Warcraft 3, but it doesn't. And it certainly doesn't play like Warcraft 3. It's too sort of metallic, and the colour aren't vibrant enough. Too dark. Those ghouls look quite cool, but at the same time they look fucking... What, they've got green gloves. That's to give them colours, though, to be fair.
I will now turn
so you can differentiate them. It's like a love letter to Warcraft 3 whilst the fucking game exists already. Because look, when you play this map, you start at the top right, there's a gold mine to the left of you at the middle top, you approach the human Stratham base through the top right, go down a sort of tunnel and make your way towards the base. Why did they It's like they went to more effort to fucking remake the game when it's already there. That's what I don't quite get.
You can zoom in much farther than
that zooming is shit.
There we see the ghouls.
That old engine is pretty unstable. I don't know what's so hard about fixing the old engine, so people fucking still play it. I played it pretty much every day since the game's fucking come out. I ain't got any problem with the old engine.
They want feedback from you guys and from me, and I'm giving it. Like if I for example, the rifleman, right? I think the rifleman looks very recognizable and better than before. If you look at a footman, for instance, although he graphically looks amazing, I didn't recognize him as easily in a large squadron of army. On my way. The old footman has this big white outlining on the shield, and although this footman does look amazing, he looks more like one of many when I see him around on the map.
I'm here to help.
So because of that, we will give that feedback and we'll say, all right, you know, let's make sure that the visual fidelity is there for the people that enjoy multiplayer, that enjoy Warcraft 3.
I think it's trying too hard to look real, which Warcraft 3 didn't do. The scoreboard at the top right looks just like Warcraft 3. It's so weird. Those portraits though, where Arthas is at the middle bottom left, that's quite good. It's like green screen. The movement is really fucking important though. Like, I don't know how I can exaggerate that enough. Body blocking and all of that kind of stuff. Warcraft 3, as much as you can complain about pathing, it is pretty perfect. It's like the best and the worst at the same time. It has a really unique feel to it. So they've taken what Warcraft 3 has and sort of remastered it a little bit. But they have kind of given it this real sort of, like you say, mobile game feel. Feels like there's going to be DLC and microtransactions all over the fucking shop with this one. So can we confirm that this is Warcraft 3, but what they've done is updated the world editor, but by doing so, it's messed up. The colours look washed out. Yeah, we've been here, we've done this. I made a video like 2 years ago on a StarCraft 2 video game that was based on Warcraft 3, custom game. I gave the feedback then, so why the fuck does it still look like that? And that was over 2 years ago. It looks sort of like the same pathing. Yeah, it sort of looks like the pathing, but at the same time, not. Colour looks like DC trying to make a Superman movie. So confused. He's trying to mess around with the movement.
It's like Uncanny Valley. Looks like War 3, but not like War 3 at the same time.
Grubby knows how the game feels, so he's trying to identify whether it really is Warcraft 3 or feels enough like Warcraft 3, because that's what we're really concerned about. Graphics and all of that is one thing, but if it don't feel the same, if it don't play the same, like have that mechanical feel that Warcraft 3 nailed,
that's a great question.
then you just won't be happy playing it, and it won't have that length, you know, the thing to draw you in coming back over and over. That's why I stopped playing StarCraft 2. I just played the campaigns because the game didn't feel that great to play. So if Warcraft 3 can't nail the feel of the original game, sure, I'll play it, but I'm not going to love it and play it like I have done for the last 15, 16 years. He just said it feels pretty awful. But he's got bad FPS at the moment, which unfortunately makes it...
Send me some more FPS, I need it. Click on the meat wagon.
It makes it harder to get the feel for the game when there's bad FPS.
Militia don't have
it feels like they, you know, they used us a little bit, don't you think? It's like these Warcraft 3 players, let's, you know, do a few updates to Warcraft 3, get the feel for it all, get their advice and their feedback, and then create a game based off it, rather than just using the game that you already have. That's what's bothering me so much. Ring of Protection plus 2.
They can just get the game and it'll run on their new...
Well, it has got Ring of Protection plus 2, so it has to be the original Warcraft 3. The website says there will be new matchmaking for online gaming. Do you think that's a good change?
There's another Easter egg.
I think that's the least of their problems right now, because matchmaking won't matter if they don't have anyone to play the fucking game if it's shit. If you say the Warcraft 3 was outdated for multiplayer and stuff like that, but they did it with StarCraft. StarCraft's fucking older than Warcraft 3. But they remastered that, did they not? The Stratham map that he's culling right now has the exact same layout as Stratham Dungeon in World of Warcraft.
So this is another hero unit.
Yes, I recognise a little bit of the layout. I can't say I know it probably quite as well as you do, but they could have themed it off World of Warcraft
he
more.
Don't hurt much, but he drops items,
to be more realistic with the lore, even though Warcraft 3 came beforehand. But I'm being very picky. Talbot. Yeah, well, this is a game that is very near and dear to my heart, so... I'm trying to look for as many things that tells me it's the Warcraft 3 engine. What do I think about the interface? That's not too bad. The interface is fine, because it looks pretty much like Warcraft 3. It's just a bit more cut down. Do you know what I mean? Like it gets rid of some of the clunkiness
So
of
one
the Warcraft 3
really weird
interface.
thing is, hey, do we have a Warcraft 3 pro player here to help me with this mission?
So they updated the it could be the Warcraft 3 editor they updated, and they had to redo the values of every single model. But it's not going to be exactly the same as Warcraft 3. That's what we're worried about. It can't be then. If the character models, the heroes, they've got different height models, they've got different width, they've got different collision size, they've got different animation attack timers, because they're trying to make it look like Warcraft 3, but it isn't Warcraft 3. And they can try to get it as close as possible, but they'll never get it exactly how Warcraft 3 is. So it will never feel like Warcraft 3. So we don't get remastered and we get a butchered version of Warcraft 3. Like on the one hand, they've put more effort into it than they would have done with a remaster.
It won't end here.
But on the other end, it's going to play
Your
like
journey
shit.
has just begun.
I'm skeptical, man.
I'll hunt you to the ends of the earth if I have to. Do you hear me? To the
To
ends
the ends of the earth!
It is early alpha. Yeah.
And during it, I'd like
Well,
to,
I don't know about
invite
alpha, but
a special guest.
if the game is coming out December potentially, let's say November next year, you've got at least a year for them to work on these things. If anyone's in game development, how much can you get done in a year, would you say? Maybe they'll make custom maps viable. Oh, don't say that, High Rise, because that's too true. They did that with StarCraft 2, didn't they? This is more like a Warcraft rework than a Warcraft remastered. Yeah, that's where we're going weird here, because it says Reforged. You're absolutely hitting the nail on the head there. It's not a remaster of Warcraft 3. It's like it's inspired by Warcraft 3. Like, I don't know, a small indie dev company was told, hey, we can make a game based on that Warcraft 3 that everyone liked years ago. Let's do that. On the bright side, we might get some good machinima out of this with the updated graphics. You saw those cutscenes, didn't you? So who wants to go and create some cinematics? Am I going to use the new models for YouTube thumbnails? Shall I use the ones that are in the cutscenes at the moment? Look a bit janky. Well, I hope that Blizzard stay true to their old mantra, which is when it's ready, it's ready. They don't rush this shit.
But you can expect more of what you saw Gubby playing in the demo.
He just called it Gubby, didn't he?
Some of the music, like, are we going to have any
Gubby.
I don't think I've held my head so much in my entire life before, since this last half an hour.
Yeah, I've never had chat go this far, so it's pretty hard to sift through some of this.
This is rough, yeah.
It looks okay when they're all standing still. I mean, look at the hero circle, the green, the green circle around Arthas. Look how small that is. It's the same as the footman. That's not how it is in Warcraft 3. He looks like a proper airhead, Arthas.
First of all, just a little heads up to everyone. I just want to show people this grunt, because it's the first time they see a grunt.
Yeah, looks cool. I don't mind the grunt so much. He looks quite good.
I'm not going to kill him. I think that grunt is too beautiful.
They do, like it was mentioned earlier, they do look like they're from the Warcraft movie. The grunt does look pretty well animated, like he's really attacking.
Stratholme has stepped up its patrols and driven out the bandits, but now there's some lost orcs.
There is some hope.
So there were humans.
Some hope. I'm a little worried they look a little bit too much like World of Warcraft models, so you're not going to feel like you can see the models correctly. Any of you guys that have played Warcraft 3 will know what I mean when it comes to sort of identifying where a unit is grounded on the map, where you're looking at. It feels like you could easily misclick around or inaccurately surround that unit because you can't find its grounded position. In Warcraft 3 you can do that insanely easy, which is why it's such a fantastic game to play. You know exactly where the unit is. Yeah, the new graphics are there to make it mainstream, I guess. I mean, I kind of like the look of it in some ways. It's just, it's got to be a bit more defined. It looks like they're made out of clay.
Have them attack something.
Stabbed in the back.
Different animations of a remaster or a remake. Well, technically it's a reforged, isn't it?
Reforged is, you know, it is a remaster, but it's going to be much more.
So the question is always,
what do remaster, but it's going to be much more.
Think a remaster.
Has this been worth the wait, guys? That's one of the things I like about it, at least, is they've tried to give you as much game screen as possible. Oh, good. They're going to make the hotkeys a bit like StarCraft Remastered. That was good. I think the main thing I'm really interested in is how close can they get to the original movement, collision sizes, body blocking. I think they probably answered it, but they've answered it vaguely. That's the one I'm really concerned about. Otherwise, this will just feel like a campaign game, which I guess is fine, but I wouldn't want to play it multiplayer like I do with Warcraft 3, you know, every day, sort of playing 1 versus 1, 4 versus 4 competitively. If it feels like shit to move around, I'm not going to want to play that on a competitive level.
So it's been hard for me to
I'll be happy playing it in a single-player custom game or campaign. Hasn't anyone asked the question, can I play this on my mobile? I'm going to ask that as a joke question, but I really shouldn't.
Possible to join running games as a viewer? Oh, I would love that.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Just observing, like in Hearthstone.
Yeah,
I'd love that as well.
I can't comment on that. Again, if it's something that you guys are passionate about, let us
Oh,
know.
guys, make a big fuss about that. I always like the idea of being able to observe, you know, the top-level players playing just on ladder. Of course, there'd be like a 3 to 5 minute delay or something, or whatever's included. But you would be able to, you know, spectate people playing. So it's the Warcraft 3 engine rebuilt. I mean, isn't that a good thing compared to the remaster? Because StarCraft got remastered, but it basically got remastered graphically and a few options, which I was saying is kind of all Warcraft 3 needs, but I suppose at least there's potential for the game if it's got more effort put into it than that.
Force them to choose between the game that they love and
Would I like to have the option to have more than 12 units in a group? Yes. Sekablat, Warcraft III Reforged, which has just been announced at Blizzcon. Essentially a remastered version of Warcraft 3. The engine has been built up and improved. I want to be positive, but my initial response was rough, that's for sure. I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. I hope with a year left to go, this could really be turned into a good future for Warcraft 3. They're redoing it, basically. So you see this level, the Cullen. What they're doing is they're redoing all the original Reign of Chaos campaign levels and TFT campaign levels. So they're not going to play how you think they play. Do I think? But the new models are too cartoon. The new models are like World of Warcraft models, but even more realistic. Like someone said earlier, they're like the Warcraft movie. There's a little bit of a freakish look to them. Ufa looks like he drinks too much. He's got a big red nose. Arthas did
I
nothing wrong.
hereby relieve you of your command and suspend your paladins from service. It's done.
Yeah, shut up, Jaina. I think they're just making the most of what Warcraft 3 has to offer, and they're using it. Do you know what I mean? It feels like it's being used a little bit. They don't really want to make an amazing game out of it, from what I can tell. It's just another way to rehash the game and make money from it. That's how it feels to me. It's not exactly what we were after, was it? What were we after? Were we just after the StarCraft style, where it was remastered? It just got shinier graphics on top of the original models. Because if anyone's played StarCraft Remastered, when the portraits talk and stuff like that, it's the original portraits that are still talking, the animations. It's just painted over to look nicer. That's kind of what I think I would have preferred. Praki says this seems like Warcraft 3 targeted to sell specifically to the newer generations of WoW kiddies. Damn. Take that. Yeah. The models were almost too detailed in a way. Isn't that funny how whilst we all want good graphics, we don't want them almost too good. I know those graphics weren't quite great in the cutscenes, but the display of the models, the level of detail, the amount of things that were going on was almost too much clutter. The original Warcraft 3 is very simplified. The limbs are very straightforward and clear to see. What's an arm? What's a shoulder? What's a bicep? What's a forearm? In this, it's like there's a forearm, then there's a chain here, then there's, you know, an element coming off here, then there's a curl around the back here, there's a wrist guard here. There's just too much. World of Warcraft 3. Was that a Freudian slip, or... What's my 2 cents on this, Tyrael? I feel like it's a love letter to the original Warcraft 3, without actually giving the Warcraft 3 community what they fucking wanted, which was a remaster. It feels like Blizzard are using
think
Warcraft
so.
3 and creating their own game out of it to make sales that they think would be better, they'd be more likely to get sales doing it this way than if they actually created the game that the community that currently play Warcraft 3 want. That's how it feels. So it feels like money is talking, to be quite frank with you. It's like, well, we could have remastered it, but, you know, we got so many sales from StarCraft Remaster. Thank you there, Grubby, for covering that. We got so many sales from StarCraft Remaster, but we could do more. So we should try to make it this way instead. And maybe it'll, you know, we'll get more sales in that way if it looks a bit more shinier. But they'll have to make a better job of making it look shinier, because judging from your reactions after the cutscenes and stuff like that, I don't think many people were quite happy with how it was looking. But the grunt looked good, didn't it?